How long is this oil bear market going to last? What's the time frame?
Well, I think it's going to take a while because the primary motivation for the Saudis to get the price down was to have an economic stimulus to Asia, in particular, and Europe secondarily. And that's going to take several quarters at least. So I would say the earliest I'd look for a real relief. We may get some short-term rallies, but a real relief from the kind of conditions we've got. Earliest is second half of this year, and it could extend into next year for a while. But the lower we go, the more powerfully self-correcting it becomes, and we're getting into territory where that could be the other driver.
Okay, so we'll eventually revert to the mean. What did we learn from past cycles where we fell into a bear market, whether it's 1986 or before then? What is relevant to how we look at the current bear market?
Well, I think the big thing that we learn is that there really is a supply-demand impact here. Both the lower price that we're now looking at is and should be a pretty big stimulus, not just to the U.S., but to most of the major developed economies of the world, in Asia and in Europe. And that's we know that. We also know that an extended period of prices too high and north of 100 was too high. It's real clear in hindsight, and there were warnings that. So we now have the complement to that, which is an overshoot on the downside that takes a while to work itself out. That's what we're dealing with. You can't compress the process too much.
Gotcha. 1 minute left here, Tom, with us. Since Saudi Arabia has basically put its hands up and said, we'll let the market decide where oil prices should be, what about the White House's policy on energy? How does that help determine where oil prices go?
Well, it's to be determined, but I think the White House will view this as a plus for the U.S. economy, and therefore they'll let those forces run as well. The real question would be, will they approve the Keystone Pipeline? Will they move forward on some kind of liberalizing of oil exports? And if they do, then there'll be even greater benefits in terms of the functioning of the market.